Dan, what are you doing?
I am putting the finishing touches on our new website.
Oh, what's the address?
www.boardgasim.com, of course.
Of course, yeah. So, news. I've actually been working on that for 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah, I got the entire thing built on my Mac.
No, if you were doing something like that, I think you would have said something to me.
Well, I figured that as, the primary member of this group, that I would be in charge of building the
Primary?
website.
What is that
Or
supposed to
maybe
mean?
primary. What I meant to say was the greatest member.
Great.
The better member.
All you do is you show up, you sing a funny song, you make some jokes, and then everybody laughs at you, and then nobody even bothers to watch my tutorials.
Your tutorials are useful, but it would be nothing without my writing. I mean, I am writing the fight that we're having right now.
No, you're not, Jerry! Fine! Let's play bywords! Damn it. Alright, there's one way to settle this. A game of I'm the boss.
Agreed.
Boardgasm.
Let's just keep that long pause during
Boardgasm.
Daniel, great. It's a good thing I found you. I need you to lift this continuously because your physical appearance disgusts me. And remember, I'm your boss.
I'm the Boss is a game of negotiation for 3 to 6 players. At the start of the game, everyone's going to be doled out an even amount of these double-sided cards called investor cards. They actually represent the characters that are on the board. The board itself you don't have your own piece, instead everyone shares the same piece. On your turn you'll do one of 2 things. You'll either look at wherever your piece is, and if you like the spot it's on, all the spots represent different deals you can try to do. If you like that deal, then you will attempt to try and broker some deal between all the players. If you don't, you can roll. Wherever it lands, you can look at that deal and once again think to yourself, can I pull this off, can I not? If you do not try to negotiate a deal, then you just draw 3 cards. Cards in this game are your power. They will allow you to broker deals between all the other players. Say you land on a spot that says, okay, you need this investor and 2 of these 4 others. Well, then you'd look and you go, okay, well these 2 are required. Whoever has them, I'm going to need to broker a deal with them. And then you look at the 2 of 4 that are required, and you basically say to yourself, okay, well, how can I try and make the most money out of this? I see that you have a particular investor. I will give you this much of the deal if you agree to allow me to use that. And that is the basis for the whole game, really.
Daniel, fantastic. I need a casserole and I needed it 5 minutes ago. Get it to me on my desk. Daniel, it's me again. Hi, I need you to down-convert all my DVDs to Betamax. If you can get that, that would be fantastic. Also, please drop them off in my 94 LeBaron.
The cards themselves do particular things to allow you to have power. There are cards that look like investor cards, but they are not double-sided, so that way no one knows you have them. Those are actually called clan cards. They're kind of like temporary investor cards. You lay them down and it's like, okay, I have this person for this turn. This could give you, more leveraging for when it comes to negotiations. Well, okay, you have that character, but I don't even need it. I could lay down a card and have it. How can you make this work better for me? We have travel cards, which are the exact same thing as the clan cards, except the pictures are grayed out and there's a little airplane. You can toss those onto your opponent's cards to send that investor away for a turn. So, oh, okay, you're not willing to deal with me? Well, fine, that person is gone, you're not going to make a deal whatsoever.
Daniel, there you are. I need you to alphabetize my Stephen King books by amount of boob shown. Thank you. Daniel, hi. I need you to find out why they never produced a 2nd season of Andy Richter Controls the Universe. That'll be fantastic.
There are recruitment cards, and these are actually make up the majority of the deck. The reason being is you actually need 3 of them to do anything. If you have 3 of them, you may lay them down at any time and take one of the double-sided investor cards. Like, oh, okay, well, you know what, I don't like what you've been doing, and I'm going to make your life difficult. Possibly even a living hell if I can pull it off. 3 recruitment cards, I will take that. I've only seen it once, but it is entirely possible for someone to have every investor card in the game.
Daniel, I found this jar in my basement. I need you to eat its contents to discover what it once was. Daniel, did you break my Sega Dreamcast?
There are I'm the Boss cards. You don't like how negotiations are going, or you have absolutely nothing to give to this, but you still want to take of the money. Throw it down, I'm the boss now. So now the turn has officially gone to you, and you're the one negotiating the deal. You can then change things around and go, alright, well this person was trying to cut me out completely of the deal, well now I'm going to cut them out completely. Alright, I will take this much, everyone else you can have that much. Sweet, I made some money and all I did was take control of the game. And then there are stop cards, and they say right on them they can stop one particular type of thing. So you could stop a single travel card from being played on one of your investors, you could stop a boss card. Oh, you're the boss now? No, you're not. And that is the cards in the game.
Daniel, I need to know who drank all my wine. It was me, and I need more. Daniel, is it just me? Is it the LSD talking? Or are there far too many flying dragons menacing this city?
The game will officially always have 10 deals. There are these tiles that come with the game that you actually, once you've made a deal, you set it down on that spot, and that spot is skipped for the rest of the game. The amount of money each deal is worth is stated on it, and it does get bigger, so okay, on each space it says it's worth this many shares, and on the tile it'll say a share equals this much this particular round. So on the first round it might say like, okay, each share on the first deal will be worth $2 million. So okay, 5 shares, well that total deal is going to be worth $10 million. But the amount of money will actually go up as you make more deals. Once you get to deal 10, each share is now worth $5 million. However, 1 through 9 just says deal is done, place it on the spot, and you skip that whenever you move. But from deal 10 onwards, on the back it'll say deal is done, game will end on a 1, and then it'll show a dice with a 1 on it. That's because starting with deal 10 you start to roll the 6-sided die. If a 1 is rolled on deal 10, then the game would be over. But most likely it will not, because if 2 through 6 are rolled, well then the game will continue. So there is a kind of push your luck aspect, I guess you could say. Do you force yourself in on this deal, or do you hope and pray that you'll be able to get in on the next deal, which will be worth just as much or more even? Deal 15 is the official end of the game if you ever manage to get there. I've only seen it happen once. When you flip it over, it just says game is done. Very unlikely you will ever get to deal 15. And that is I'm the Boss.
Daniel, I went hiking this weekend and I need you to check my ass for tick bites. Daniel, I'm tired and drunk. Let me sleep on your desk for a little while. Just a little while.
Hello, and welcome to Component Breakdown with me, Jerry. The components for I'm the Boss are interesting to say the least. The characters that they've come up with, these are some crazy people. Say for example, I've got Lance Ligbeld, entrepreneur. Yes, he's drinking white wine champagne and wearing a turtleneck, and he has a very delicate rose. He's clearly a gentleman of both means and dignity. I enjoy Lance. I've got George Goldman, CEO. He looks so mean, and his quote is "Money is power." He's got a cigar in his hand. Yes. He's wearing his glasses, and he looks like he owns the Ford Motor Company. And I've got Stephanie Sacks. Sacks and Goldman are both in this game. I've got Stephanie Sacks. She's holding a portfolio of some sort, and she looks like an old maid librarian with her pearls and her mane of blonde hair. If you look, she actually has a man face. Like, whoever did women for this game, not the best at drawing women. Look at her man face. It's a man face with a woman's wig on. Which makes me think that Stephanie Sacks has been parading as a woman to avoid detection by the IRS. Look at that man face. I've got Will Wadsworth. He's entertaining. He causes fights all the time just because everybody wants the whiz kid, the guy who made his fortune in tech. Look at him. He's a ginger. First of all, he kind of looks like Ron Weasley. He's a ginger. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and the Hawaiian little thing. Yeah, he's a dork. Stupid dorks, because this is the only young money. Stupid dorks. Then we've got the stereotypical Carolyn Cashman, who made all of her money off the death of her husband. She is a Harris. Yeah, exactly. She's a Harris, and it takes money to make money. That's what rich people say when they haven't done anything. And then I've got Deborah Doherty, the banker. She looks very conservative, and once again has her incredible man face. It literally looks, if you could swap the wig and the eyelashes off her, this would be a man. This would be Gary Goldman. It's Gary Goldman without a mustache and with a wig. So that is a character breakdown. Entertaining cards in this game. They really are entertaining. I've got just such a fun little mix of things. For this, these are the cards that you use 3 of them and you can swap for somebody else's dude. I've got the Whiz Kid shaking hands with a guy with a firm. He looks like the one of the old men from the Muppets. One of the guys that sits up on the balcony and goes, "Doo!" He's trading. Apparently, he's selling out something. But we get another elaborate look at the Whiz Kid. Ginger wearing khaki shorts. Yeah. He's a beast. The I'm the Boss card involves Gary Goldman sitting behind stacks of money smoking a cigar because Gary Goldman is the boss. Which just goes to show you that the only way to truly win this game is to be Gary Goldman because he's the boss. Stop cards, pretty basic. Just a stop. Little stop sign to get that idea. The rest of the character board is interesting. There are little vintages as we go around, little ways. Like say over here, you see the charming man in the Whiz Kid. He's clearly selling him some sort of software, and he's I have no idea what his diabolical plan is with that, but you can see clearly he has a plan. His butt chin is even smiling. Then we can go around. We see apparently the Whiz Kid not well liked amongst the family. Here's everybody except Whiz Kid over here with a skateboard. They just make him. I don't even know what his story is. Is he a nerd? Is he a skateboarder? How did he make his money? Then we've got over here everyone just looking dumbfounded that there's a camera being taken. Always looking good is the gentleman. Always he looks good. There is never a time when he does not look freaking charming. I gotta remember his name again. Oh yeah, it's Lance. Lance always looks good in all of these around here. Lance over here looking charming in the background. Gary Goldman making a move on Granny. Love it. Love it. Here's a computer. They all look confused because the Whiz Kid's not present in the panel. So Goldman's just directing there. And here you can see that everybody's looking very serious. Whiz Kid especially. Look at that debonair ginger gentleman. And then over here, Lance still smiling. The designer who made Lance, he was obviously a very good artist. But the thing is that there's very big consistencies between the lances that are around these board. Some lances look a touch more Asian than other lances. Don't know why. I assume it was just an oversight, like Lance in different angles. Can't really tell what he is. So we can see another very serious photo. Lance smiling. Oh, there he is again. The Whiz Kid trying to get some money out of Gary Goldman. Goldman with his cigar. He's always got that cigar until he died of cancer. Lance is smiling, looking even more strangely kind of Asian. I don't know what he is. Whiz Kid's in the background there. No Goldman and his cigar. And there he is. Everybody's smiling again in the newspaper. So this is the general theme of the game. It's actually kind of a fun but goofy artwork. Everything is super goofy. Overall, it's a decent game. They put the parts aren't particularly expensive, to be honest with you. They're all pretty cheap. This card stock is really cheap, and this board is just your basic cardboard. I mean, ours is even fraying at the edges here. You can see that right there. But the artwork that went into this game was a lot of fun, and they clearly put a lot of time into it to make it kind of good. Designing these characters and having some fun with it. So all in all, cheap components. Your board is gonna fray like ours. Your cards are gonna get bent. Everything's pretty cheap, but it's fun, and at least the artwork is fun. So, good work. I'm the boss. Woo-hoo!
You know I got the money, so sit back until I want it. I got more pennies than a Greenspan, $20 bills ain't nothing to me, man. I'm the motherfucking king of class, buying fancy art, then I'm whooping your ass. Gotta check my mistress at the door, cause this fancy party ain't open to whores. I'm the boss, throwing rolls of dimes, cause when I rip to the strip clubs I ain't wasting time. I own a big ass boat that I named for a dame that I don't even know. I'm the boss. We're talking rich ass bitch. We're talking G5, Self 5, richy, rich. I got a 3D printer. I don't pay for shit. And the rich get richer.
Shake your body now.
I guess we found out who's the boss.
You the boss.
Tony. Tony's the boss.
Yeah, Tony is the boss.
Well, that is I'm the boss.
It's an exhausting game.
Interesting game, yeah. It wasn't so hard for me. It felt more like I was throwing out duties that I didn't want to do to people who were under me.
It was strange, because I felt like I was just accepting duties from this guy who thought he was above me. And sadly, by the end of the game, proved through very good card play that apparently he was above me.
Yeah, I just felt like I was some sort of middle management type, dictating unpleasant tasks to drone workers while sitting in my office and laughing smugly at my ability to kiss butt enough to rise through the ranks.
I have no response for that ready.
Oh, that was I'm the boss. Fun game, Dan.
It is a fun game. I'm the boss. I'm the boss I rate very highly. It's not one of my 10s, but it is one of my 9s. It's just very unique. I haven't played a game quite like it. I can't think of a single other game that's quite like I'm the boss. There are certain aspects like how you play cards, when you play cards, things like that. Yeah, some other games have done in a similar vein, but it just is a very unique game. You got to play it with the right people, because if you don't, it will destroy friendships.
True. True.
Thankfully, our friendship is so strong that after we beat the hell out of one another, we just kind of dust ourselves off and we play again.
It's true, but I did walk out on a game last night.
Yeah, that is true. That is, you did walk out on a game.
Walk out on a game. I've walked out on like a collective of 5 games in my life. It doesn't happen very often, unless you break my Monopoly rules. I will walk out on those. But no king making Monopoly.
No king making.
No king making.
It's worse than cheating.
It is worse than cheating. Stop it, people. People always get angry, then team up, and they're like, let's give all of our resources to this one guy, and then he can compete. I'm like, 3 resources of 3 people do not form into one to battle me. Not fair. But
Well, we'll save this for the Monopoly review.
I'm the
But
boss. Yeah.
I'm the boss, yes. Overall, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Very unique, very fun, very great game.
I was so angry at this game last night. I don't know. I'm the Boss is a good game, and it's fun. I've rarely found a game that is about discussion that I lose so often. Like, discussion is my thing. I mean, Dan is the one who does fantastically well in economic and financial, and he squirrels away little points throughout the games that slowly add up and win. He's that player, And I'm the player who gets by on my absolute ability to talk anybody into doing anything. That is how I survive in games. So I'm the Boss is technically all lined up for me because it's all about discussion. Yet I lose this game 9 times out of 10. So it dumbfounds me how I can't seem to get the strategy down. But it's a fun game. It can get a bit repetitive, and it does end friendships. It legitimately will end your friendship if they're not strong. It is a good game. It's well designed. It's interesting. It has replayability, but not a crap load of replayability. I mean, essentially, you're making the same deals every time. The only thing that changes from time to time is what people you physically have and what cards you get. So with that, the replayability isn't fantastic, but it is good. It's decently well designed. It's got a nice board, and it's older, I believe, isn't it?
It is a bit of an older game.
Yeah, it's a bit of an older game. All in all, nothing glorious. I give it a 7 out of 10. To contrast with Dam's 9 out of 10, I give it a 7 because it's good, but
It's not.
it's not great. It's a fun conversation game, but at the same time, there's tons of aspects that could have been expanded and improved upon. Since it's older, they have their day in the sun. They have their chance. So I guess that averages out to an 8. 8 out of 10.
All right.
Boardgasm gives it an 8 out of 10.
Guess that's it.
You're the boss, America.
You are the boss, America,
You're the boss of our hearts.
and our souls.
Yeah, it's weirder.
Daniel, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodcut should chuck? You're fired.